My name is Roger May. Okay, that's a pretty involved question. It's kind of a funny story. This comic shop actually just started running out of our house, and so there came a point where we had to get it out of the house, if for no other reason than to save our marriage. And so we found this place. So we moved the business out of our house into this location, but this little shop, this tiny little shop in Lancaster, grew to the point where it was as profitable as what we were doing on eBay. That's kind of the origin and evolution of Horizon Comics. I have a feeling that comics in print form might not be around that much longer. And if Marvel Comics goes, I believe it'll take the industry with it, because Marvel is so important to the comics industry. And one thing to know, Marvel customers are collectors first and readers second. I mean, they view Marvel as a financial investment. There's something about the Marvel name. And if Marvel goes, basically there's only one distributor in the industry, which is Diamond Comic Distributors. And Marvel probably accounts for, on average, 40 to 42% of all comic and graphic novel sales each and every month. The impact of losing that would be untenable for Diamond. I don't know that Diamond would be able to stay in business. I think that they would find a way, but the industry would be forced to evolve. There's not a large demand for the books that focus on diversification, whether it's Kamala Khan as Ms. Marvel, or Miles Morales as Spider-Man, or Jane Foster as Thor, or some of these other books. But there's a reason for that. I mean, and they are relatively popular. Like, Miles is a great character. I think the same thing with Kamala Khan as Ms. Marvel. She basically carries that name in homage to Carol Danvers, who was the original Ms. Marvel and is now Captain Marvel. And I say those books come to mind first because, I mean, they're the best sellers of that group of characters. All of the companies have been, trying to bring diversification into comics, and it hasn't been largely successful. The comic shop is completely different. Comic shops are frequented primarily by 25 to 45-year-old white men. And so most of the books that sell in the comic shops are going to be books that are going to appeal to them. We actually carry a diverse line of books, and we do get a fair amount of kids. And that kids part is important to me, because if you reach the kids, then you still stand a chance of preserving the industry and having these guys grow up knowing the characters and being familiar with the medium and comfortable with it. So you need to cultivate the fan base, and so that's kind of what we focus on. We like to running a comic shop, owning a comic shop is a brutal business. It's a declining industry. The fan base is going away, and in today's day and time, there's actually, one of the biggest problems facing comics today is oversaturation, not just in comics, but in the broader media. And so I think that part of the problem for comic shops has been that people get to satisfy that urge, okay, for the fantasy, superhero, sci-fi stuff outside. And so comics are, less needed. On the broader scope, Marvel movies, TV, DC TV movies, people don't go to see movies and then come to the comic shops.